I just thought with things that have been reported this week, it was important that I came out and said something. I think first and foremost, the fact that those reports have been leaked and the way they've been reported is obviously very, it's detrimental to the game. And the main thing from my point of view, and I think people have to understand, I think most people do understand that if you take certain comments from a report that have been written in emotive circumstances by players immediately after the event, and only report the negative things that have been written, it is clearly not a true and accurate reflection of, I think, the opinion of the squad, or doesn't accurately reflect the mood of the squad. They are opinions, they are certainly not truths. As I said, written in an emotive time for everyone, post a tournament. And I think any squad I've been in as a player, and if you'd taken a survey 4 years ago or 8 years ago, 12 years ago after a World Cup, you're always going to have issues and gripes with the team. And a lot of them we're aware of. Most of them we're aware of as a management group. Some of the things you need to be dealt with and managed, other things where players just need to get on with it. Everything's not done to everyone's liking all the time in terms of philosophy of the way the game's played, how you train, or any element of preparation or match play. But that's just the way it is. And I just find it, the way it's been reported, the imbalance of that report is to me one of the worst things, because in that report there's obviously praise for certain parts of certain people and certain elements of it. I don't think it also doesn't reflect well on the players, which is not true. I think in difficult circumstances, one thing that group did do is stick together. Yes, people were frustrated with the way the team were portrayed during the tournament, and as I said, as we went through it, certain actions by players did let the group down and led us to be portrayed as something that we weren't and something that they aren't. But we didn't help that at the time. So of course there was frustrations. How much that affects on the field, very difficult to judge. I know it probably affected certain individuals and would have had an effect on the team. Certainly would have maybe eroded a little bit of trust. But I think as a coaching group, we didn't feel that was having a huge effect on us as we went through into those final games. So I just thought I had to say that here. You sometimes let things go by, but to me the sort of level of the reporting and the way it's been reported is so inaccurate that I felt I had to come here, and for the good of not only the management group but also the players and the whole game. And the saddest thing for me is it just doesn't reflect well on the whole game right now. And as I said, the way it's been reported, and speaking to other players involved, a lot of them are horrified in terms of how this has come out and the way it's now being portrayed in the group. Because player feedback, you get a lot of it. We do a lot of it every week with players, and you get opinions as you do. 30 different people are going to have 30 different opinions, as will the management. Some of them, there's elements of truth in it. Some of them are way off the mark and completely inaccurate, and you need to filter that through to get the good stuff. And to pick out the most emotive and the worst comments is I think is dangerous and very, very damaging, and just not a true reflection of that group.
I can take your point that they cherry picked the very worst from 101 pages of these reports, but it must have been with a heavy heart that you read some of them. Sure.
Of course, you don't like seeing criticism of people, of yourself, of players, of each other. The players did it anonymously. As I said, they've done it straight away after the tournament. There's going to be emotive language, but that's how they speak as well. For when you're in play, when we're in camp, that's how we speak to each other. We get to the point pretty quickly and say it. That's how sort of an all-male, particularly sporting environment works. So you have to understand the context it's written in. Of course it's not great. I mean, we used to see those bits. It was one of the worst things I've experienced in the game. But I also know, I sit in those feedback meetings 90% of the time with the players, and you come out of them sometimes, and you can get contrary arguments. Some players want to do it one way, some players want to do it another way, and it's our job to go, no, this is what we're going to do. They will disagree with each other, and that's all part of a healthy team. And any team has tensions, particularly when you're at a World Cup. It magnifies it, particularly when things aren't going as well as you'd like on the field or off the field. Those tensions come through. Coaches aren't there to be liked. It's not a popularity contest. And some people, we know the issues. Some people play a different way at their club. They prefer to do something that's slightly differently. Fine. You come into England, we live and die with what we do. As it turned out, we lost in the quarter final, and as coaches, we know, and players, how you pay the price, and some of us have done that.